Hi, I'm Alexander Maxim from Ethiopian.io. Today we'll continue our series about PHP. We'll check the sort methods, sort, Rsort for the indexed arrays, Ksort for the associative arrays, the array, reverse, and shuffle methods. But firstly, I've mixed the HTML with CSS and PHP to organize our story and to understand more. Let's see what I have created. So I have created 4 tables for the indexed arrays and 4 tables for associative arrays. We have the normal, sort, sort, and reverse indexed arrays. The same thing for the associative arrays. The example that I want to do for the indexed arrays is 2 arrays. First, it's students. It will contain the names of students, and the second is the results. It will contain the results for each student. Let's create our arrays. We need a comment for the indexed arrays. Then I will create my array. This is our first array. Then we create the results array. And this is our second array, results. We have 80, 78, 92, 66, and the students. We have Alexander, Alex, John, and Mike. We need another variable called num. I will use the count method. I will pass as parameter my results array. I will print the num to see the result, and we have 4 elements. I need this variable to use in the for loop. And now I want to print my elements here in the normal indexed array in this table. And to do that, we will replace in the t body of the first indexed array, the normal indexed array, I will replace this by a PHP code. I will open the PHP tag and I will close it. Inside I will use the for loop. I will add a variable index, and this index I have initialized it by 0. It's less than num, and I will increase this variable by 1. Inside the for loop, I will print tr or table row, and I will close it. And inside my table row, I have 2 table data. So I will print td. I will concatenate it with the students array, and in the square brackets I will pass the I as parameters for the square brackets, and then I will close the td tag. I will copy and do the same thing for the results array. I will reload and see, and this is the result. You have the name Alexander, Alex, John, and Mike. You have 80, 78, 92, and 66. How I have printed my arrays. So the I, it will be from 0 to 4 or to 3, because it's less than. It's not less or equal. It will be from 0. So this variable will check the value 0, and here in the students, in the table data, in the first table data, we will print students 0, and the students 0, it's Alexander. This is the first item in the students, and for the results, the first item is 80, and here I have printed the results I, which is 0. Now we want to sort the results from 66, 78, 80, and 92. And to do that, we need to use the sort methods, because we are in the indexed arrays. But what's the sort method? This method is used to rank array from the smallest to the largest. This method is sensitive to the case of characters. The letter A is smaller than the letter Z, but the letter Z is smaller than the letter small a. If a comparison of two elements is equals, their relative order in the ordered array is not specified. You can pass two parameters for this array. The first is the array that you want to sort, and the second is the sorting type. And there is many types. You have sort regular to compare items naturally, and we have sort string to compare the string items, etc. So let's take an example to sort the array in the ascending order from the bottom to the top. And to do that, we will sort these numbers. I will copy and paste the same code in the second table, and inside the table and before the for loop, I will use the sort methods, and this is the parameters is an array. I will pass the results as array, and we have, as I mentioned, two parameters: the array and the type and the sorting type. We have, for example, sort regular, like that, and we have sort string, we have sort numeric, etc. And by default it's sort regular. Sorry. Let's reload and see, and here we have 66, 78, 80 and 92 from the smallest to the largest in ascending order. And here the normal indexed array is starts with 80, 78, 92, 66, and here 66 is the first element, 78 is the second, 80 is the third, and 92 is the final item. This is in ascending order. And we have the Rsort or the reverse sort methods. The reverse sort method arranges the array in reverse order, maintains the same properties as the previous method, from the largest to the smallest. If a comparison of two elements is equals, their relative order in the ordered array is not specified. It has the same type of sorting like the sort method. This function or this method specifies new keys for elements in the array. It will remove any existing keys you have already specified, instead of simply rearranging the keys. Let's take an example to understand how it works. First, I will copy and paste this for the reverse sort table, and here I will just add a letter for the sort. It will be reverse sort, and I will pass as parameter my results array. I will reload and see again, and we have 92 as the first item, and here is the final item, and here we have 80 and here 80, 78, 78 and 62 in the end, and here in the normal sort in ascending order it's in the beginning of the table, and here in the reverse sort or in the descending order it's in the end of this table. And now let's explain the reverse array for the indexed arrays, because the array reverse method used for the associative arrays and for the indexed arrays. So we are in the indexed arrays. Let's use the array reverse for the indexed arrays. But firstly, what's the array reverse? This method used to reverse the order of the array. It doesn't do any type of the sorting types. it just reverses the order of keys and values from the top to bottom without any defect in the content. Let's start reversing the index array to see the difference between the normal and reversed array. This is the normal array. The reversed array, it will start with 66 and finish with 80. And to do that, we need to declare, or we need to create another arrays, reversed students, and I will use the array reverse method. I will pass students as parameters for this method. This method will reverse the array, will reverse this array and print and replace the elements of this array in the reversed student. So it will reverse this array and put the values in this array. I will do the same thing for the reversed results. I will pass the results as parameters, and now we will copy this code and paste it in the table body of the reverse table, and here we will just check the name of the arrays and modify each here. We will copy the same thing for the reversed results, and we will save and reload to see the difference. We have the indexed array, we have here Alexander and here Alexander in the end, here in the normal at the beginning. We have 80 and here 80 in the beginning of the normal and in the end of the reverse. So if you look, the array reverse has reversed this array from the top to bottom, and this is the reverse or the array reverse method. And now we need to use the same concept for the associative arrays, but firstly we have another array, the model and price. Let's create this array, then we will sort and reverse the array. So in the associative arrays or array, we will create our array. Our array is a materials array, and it's an associative array. So I have created my materials array. Inside I have the model and the price. For the Samsung, the key or the price is $300, for the iPhone $900, for Huawei $500. And now I want to use the for each loop to print the elements of our associative array in the table. And to do that, we use the for each loop, and I will pass the materials, and here material key, and material value. Inside I will use this code. I will use the tr tag and the end tag and the end tr tag, and here I will print the material key and here the material value. I will reload and see we have the model Samsung, iPhone, Huawei, and the price 300, 900 and 500. And now we will use the Ksort method to sort our associative array. But firstly, What's the Ksort method? This method used to rank an associative array in the ascending order. It means from the smallest to the largest. It arranges an array by key and maintains the association of the indexes with their associated values, which is primarily useful in associative arrays. It returns true when it succeeds at work, and false when it fails at work. Let's use this method to sort this array. And to do that, we need the same thing for the second table, and before the for each we will use the Ksort method, and we will pass the array materials as parameters. We reload and see the results. We have this is the normal associative array 300, 900, 500, and here we have 300, 500, 900. It's in the ascending order. It will sort the keys, and this is the result. And now I want to reverse the sort, and to do that I will copy and paste the same thing for the reverse sort. And to use or to sort this table in the reverse order, we need to use the Ksort. And to use the Ksort, we will firstly explain what's the Ksort. This method uses to rank associative array in the descending order. It means from the largest to the smallest. It has two parameters, the array and the sorting type. We have many other types like sort local string, sort natural, and sort flag case. Let's take an example for the Ksort, and we will just add the R for the Ksort. I will pass the materials and the, if you want to use the sort regular, and we will reload and see the results. We have 900, 500, $300. This is the reverse sort or the Ksort method. And now we have the array reverse for the associative array. This is our normal array 300, 900, 500. We will reverse this array. And to reverse this array, we need to create another array, which is the reversed materials. It's a reversed array, and we need to use array reverse method, and we pass as parameter the materials array. Then I will copy and paste this code here in the final table, and I will copy this name of this array and change it here. I will add just S here to be different, and I will reload and see we have 500, 900, 300, and here we have 300, 900, 500. This is the array reverse method. And now we have the shuffle method. What's the shuffle method? This method mixes the elements of the array by rearranging them randomly. Random number generator is used. When each refresh of the page, the array will be arranged differently. This method helps us a lot. And to see the benefit of this method, let's take an example of questions. When you refresh the page, you will get another question. Let's firstly create our questions array. And here we have the shuffle. I have a questions array, which is an array. So I have my questions array. I have 4 questions. It's like a question game. And when we refresh the page, we will get always another question. And to do that, we need to use h3 element or h3 hidden and shuffle. Then I will open a PHP tag and close that. Then inside I will shuffle the array. Which array? Which is questions. And then I will use the echo method to print hidden. I will concatenate h4 with another h4. Inside I will use questions and I will print, for example, the index number 1 or the second element. Then I will use an input to just form. We'll reload and see the results. I have an input to answer this question and a button for the submit, and we have the shuffle method. So when we reload the page, we have another question. We will get another question. How old are you? Where are you from? What's your name? How old are you? Where are you from? What's your name? What's your job? Etc. How the shuffle method works. The shuffle method will mix these items for the questions array. This is the first item, but by the shuffle method it will be in each refresh in the second position, in the third position, in the fourth position, etc. So it will these elements will be changed. The indexes will be changed, and always we will print the second item. The second item, it will be in the first time what's your job. Then in every refresh or each refresh, this position or this question will be changed, and this is the shuffle method, and we will get another question like that. How old are you? Where are you? What's your job? Etc. Today we have learned the sort methods, the sort, Rsort for the indexed arrays, Ksort, Krsort for the associative arrays, array reverse for the indexed and associative arrays, and finally shuffle method. I hope that you understand all what I did. Thank you for your